Hey, this is Pastor Pete with a new series called What Do You Want? You know, over the years I've discovered that more people know what they don't want more than what they do want. And sometimes it's difficult to figure out what you actually do want. But everyone seems to know exactly what they don't want. That might be rejection, it might be hurt, it might be pain, it might be poverty. There are many things that all of us really don't want. And today I want to start with the five reasons of why people don't know what they want. And I'm just going to do number one today. And it's this: you focus on what you don't want. You see, it's a little bit like when you're driving a car. In order to get to the destination that you want to get to, you have to look ahead. You have to look and direct yourself towards the thing that you're trying to get to. But if you're always looking in the rear view mirror of past experiences, of the things that you maybe don't want, you'll find it very difficult to get to the place where you actually do want to get to. Sometimes you can be just sitting in your car and all you are doing is looking at the past and you're not actually moving towards anything better. It can be difficult. Years ago, I went through this experience when I lost my father and he died to cancer. And for quite a while there, I just felt such deep pain and mourning and suffering. And all I could think about was, I just want my dad back. I just want my dad back. But the fact is, he wasn't coming back. And so therefore, focusing on something that I couldn't have, or focusing on something that I thought could just take away my pain, wasn't changing my situation. I had to decide, what was it that I really wanted? I wanted peace. I wanted joy. I wanted to be able to be free of this pain. So I was able to then decide, what did it look like to have those things? You see, when you're looking at things that you don't want, they can start to play a very central role in your life. The past can play a central role in your life. Maybe you've been abandoned in your past. Maybe your father and your mother didn't look after you. Well, sometimes people then can put up with things in their lives simply because they don't want abandonment. Maybe you're putting up with a bad relationship. Maybe you're putting up with people who don't treat you well simply because you don't want to be left. Or maybe you hate being rejected and you've been rejected in the past and you're never going to feel that ever again. So therefore you've made a decision, I will never let anyone get close to me ever again. Or maybe you've grown up with poverty in your life. You're like, I will never be poor ever again. And I get that. Sometimes you want to cast off those past emotions, but then maybe it turns you into a workaholic where you're working all the time. I have a friend years ago I was speaking with, his name's Charlie, and he grew up with parents that in his description were very lazy. And so therefore he always knew poverty in his life. And so it put him on a path where he took on every job and every opportunity to work as hard as possible, to make as much money as possible, to never feel that pain of poverty again. The problem was, it was burning him out. It was burning his marriage. It was burning out his relationship with his children. You see, even though it looked like he knew what he wanted, which was money, he was actually much more focused on not feeling poor, on not feeling that poverty of his childhood. When you have something so big like that in your life, you're then more focused on what you don't want than actually on what you do want. I want you to imagine a table that's in front of you, a big table that's your table of your life. And I want you to see all the things that you don't want have stacked up your table and they've taken up all the space, and now you don't have any more space on that table to dream of anything greater or better. I want you to take your arm and just to sweep the whole thing away. I want you to sweep everything off that table and see your table is blank. There's no obstacles in your way. There's no financial obstacles. No past obstacles. Nothing is in your way. You're just thinking about, what is it that I'd want on that table? What would I want to fill my life if no obstacles were in my way? Now, I understand you can't necessarily have everything. I couldn't have my father back. But there are many things that we can have. And 11 times in Scripture it says, ask and you shall receive. Even Jesus said, you have not because you ask not. I want to help you get to the place of asking for these things and filling up your life with what you want, instead of being defined by what you don't want, to now be defined by what you do want. If you'd like to know more about this, I've actually written a book called What Do You Want? And you can get that on Amazon and you can also click a link in this description on this video. We love you guys.